And welcome to the Schaefer Center here in the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University, where today is the SAGU Lions hosting the Southwestern Christian University Eagles. Coming up next, right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
The Lions survive another one. It's 16 in a row.
Listen
the
to
magic
this crowd.
number is 1.
And the Lions have captured the Red River Athletic Conference, a berth in the NAIA tournament.
And Southwestern Assemblies of God University will play for the title tomorrow night.
And welcome courtside, everybody. A loud courtside here at the Schaefer Center. He's Tim Roberts. I'm Rob Price. Tyler Able to join us in just a second. Tim, let's look at these two SAGU Athletic Conference teams. The Lions come in number 4 in the nation, making lots of noise. That's why here tonight. 18-1 in the season, 10-1 in conference play. They sit 2 games ahead of a tough Mid-American Christian team that we beat earlier here in a tough game. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they come in this game at 6-12 in the season. 2-9 in last place in the conference, but 3 games out of postseason berth at this point in conference play.
They're coming off a big win, though. They beat Northwood just a few nights ago, 77-76. It's a thrilling game, won on a buzzer-beating 3. So they're coming with a little bit of momentum. That game actually snapped a 9-game losing streak for them, so they're coming with a little bit better attitude against the Lions today.
The last time we saw these Lions in action at the Schaefer Center seemed like a long time ago. It was way back on January 16th against John Brown University. Won that game 63-52. But since then, the Lions have been out on safari. So get us updated what we've been doing on the road since then.
Yeah, well, on the road, they beat St. Gregory's 91-83. Then they went and beat Northwood 92-84. Lost a heartbreaker to Wayland 89-82 before beating Ecclesia 107-76 and Oklahoma City 65-62. They were actually the #1 team in the nation for about 48 hours. Last Monday, they were named #1 team in the nation, or last Tuesday actually, but then lost on Thursday to Wayland, who dropped the #4 in the latest poll. We missed our chance to broadcast the game with the #1 team in the nation. They're #4, they were fighting their way to the end. Let's go sideline where Tyler Evans is hanging out with head coach Johnny Boswell.
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, a big moment just happened a short time ago where the banners and the rings were revealed. Describe for me the feeling when you first saw the banners unveiled.
You know, I just thank God. I mean, all the effort and time and all that, it's worth it whenever they see a Christian school and God glorified a bunch of young men like he did this past year.
Now, we're already halfway through the conference schedule. Where do you think our guys need to be better in order to finish this conference off stronger?
You know, defensively, we got to lower the defensive field goal percentage. Last game, that was our goal. We got it under 40, and our percentages got to come up. You know, we're winning a lot of games with effort, defense, and rebounding, but we got to get our percentages up, lower there. There's a lot of different ways to do that, but we got to figure out that secret.
Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in tonight's game.
Okay.
Back to you, Robinson.
Thanks, Coach Foster. Thanks, Tyler.
Luck.
Tim, break down this Eagles team. They've got just 2 conference wins so far. Why are they struggling?
Well, really, it's the defense is what's struggling for them. They're giving up 87 points a game. That's the worst in the SAGU Athletic Conference. They have the fewest offensive rebounds per game, just 8.3 a game. Second worst rebound differential. They're actually getting out-rebounded by -2.2. So they're just struggling on defense a lot. But offensively, they have some firepower.
They do lead the conference, although they're in last place. This team leads the conference in 3-point goals per game, 11.1, so they can light it up. Speaking with Tyler Guidry a couple days ago, and he said this team can flat out shoot. And so we got to watch it. Plus, they lead the league in free throw percentage, 73%. Now, there's a crazy thing here. this number 4 team in the nation only averages 3 points less a game. Eagles average 79, we average 82, I should say more. So offensively, these two teams are very closely matched.
Again, it's a Southwestern team that knows how to shoot. He said that 11.1 a game is good for number 2 in the nation. And again, this is a very important note for the two teams. They're both still newbies to this conference. The Lions first year here, Southwestern Christian's first year in
They were in the NCAA last year, right?
Well, no,
Division
2 of NAIA last year. This is their first year playing in D1 of the NAIA. So first year at this top level of competition, you know, trying to find their way in it right now.
Last meeting, SAGU won this game 79-66 way back on January 6th. Lions shot great, nearly 46%, 5 players in double figures. Caleb Feimster had a double-double. So tonight we've got 2 Southwesterns. We've got the first place team, the last place team. Where do you see what I call the bookend matchup of the season falling out between, you know, as we just saw in game 1, no lead is really safe in any basketball game. So what do you see our Lions need to do to beat the other Southwestern team?
Well, the Lions just really need to play their style of basketball. They need to shut down defensively, need to limit offensive rebounds, get a lot of steals, you know, just rob them like they do all the time, prevent any chance for them to start getting up in the 80s and 90s. Offensively, just attack this weak defense, shred them inside. You Southwestern Christian, you just got to get hot from the first minute, play hot for 40 minutes. You got to knock down threes left and right. You average 11.1, you might knock down 15, 16 tonight. And that's the number they've been looking at. They're looking at an out of their minds night to find a way to upset these Lions.
Talk about this nine-game losing streak that they just broke a couple nights ago.
It was a tough one. I mean, it's a 9-game losing streak that really gets you down. They haven't won the year of 2014 yet. Won a big one against Northwood. They did not lead at any point in the game until they hit, Mark Traylor hit a buzzer-beating 3. They were down by 2, knocked that 3 down and won 77-76. So a little bit of momentum coming off of that big, exciting win against Northwood.
If you're in the numbers, check this out. This is Southwestern, number 5 in the nation in 3 points per game at 9.3. Number 6 in the nation in offensive boards per game, 15. Number 7 in the nation, led by Rambo, steals per game, 11.5 steals a game in these Lions match. Number 10 in the nation in 3-point field goal percentage. They're hitting nearly 30%, 29.8%. And number 10 in total rebounds per game, nearly 43 at 42.9. So the stats are rising up. The cream rise to the top. This team deserves to be number 4 in the land.
Oh, yeah, they do. Again, they were number 1 just a few weeks ago, just last week.
Yeah.
So this is a team that's right up there at the top. In the home stretch, though, of this conference schedule, just a matter of surviving, just a matter of staying healthy.
So some key players you see for the Southwestern Christian Eagles tonight.
Looking at some key players, Tyler Turner leads the team with 15.2 points per game. He is number 9 in the nation in 3-pointers a game, averaging around 3 a game. So look for a big night from him from beyond the arc to try to keep the Eagles in this one. Robert Rosine leads the team with 1.6 blocks a game. That's the only thing he leads the team in. That's important because he needs to be that big presence inside to try to neutralize Rambo. Try to neutralize Rambo and Gentry driving inside. He needs to have a big day inside the paint. Lastly, Mark Traylor leads the team in assists with 3.67 and steals about 1 a game. He's number 27 in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio with 2.4. And, of course, he had that big game-winning 3 on Thursday night.
Absolutely.
Look for him to maybe try to capitalize on momentum and ride into this game with it.
For the Lions, we got to start with, of course, the player of the year last year, co-player of the year, Dominic Rambo, right now averaging 23 points a game, 3.58 steals a game, 4 assists per game. He's a big-time player, folks. We know that. We've seen it last year and continues to have a big senior year. There's one thing on his mind right now, a trip back to Kansas City. And he is bound and determined to get his team back in the NAIA tournament and go far. Number 2, Caleb Gentry, his buddy, Hondo we call him, 13.6 points a game, 2.4 steals a game, his front court mate. Averages also nearly 3 assists a game. He always seems to make a huge play at just the right time. And almost every game we broadcast, when the game's in question, it's not always Rambo, it's Hondo, whose name we call, on the defensive side, although Rambo gets his fair share of steals. And finally, let's come off the bench. I was talking about Tyler Guidry. He has put his scoring drought behind him, number 12 in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratios. If he can turn it on again, he's going to get that whole second line that comes off the bench a whole new threat.
Yeah, the second line needs to be a lot stronger going into this final game, especially going into a national tournament. That first line can take care of business, we know it, but they have to take a break. And if 5 minutes into the game, you can put 5 guys out there who are almost as good as the first 5, like we've seen in the past, then yeah, this team can beat anybody on any given night.
It's a quick break. Be back with our anthem, starters, and tip-off right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
Now let's meet the starting 5 for your SAGU Lions. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Hondo, Texas, number 2, Caleb Gentry. At guard, a 5'10" senior out of Dallas, number 20, Dominique Rambo. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Garland, number 21, Jonathan Walter. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore out of Little Rock, Arkansas, number 32, Emmanuel Adoy. And at forward, a 6'5" junior from Addison, Texas, number 33, Caleb Feaster. The Lions head coach Johnny Boswick, assistant coaches Kyle Tucker and Garrett Jones. The team chaplain, David Leatherberry. Would you please, at this time, we would like SAGU seniors Dominique Rambo and Caleb Gentry to join Coach Boswick in front of the scores table. Tonight we are honoring 2 of the best Lions of all time. During their college career, their teams have an amazing 107-23 win-loss record. Tonight we're honoring them for reaching individual milestones. First, Caleb Hondo Gentry. Known for his hustle and stellar defense, Caleb has also averaged double figures during his college basketball career. In just a season and a half in purple and gold, Hondo has now eclipsed the 500-point total with 548 points. We are honoring Caleb tonight because on SAGU's recent 5-game road trip, he eclipsed the 1,000-point marker for his college career, now totaling 1,158. Caleb Gentry. His backcourt running mate, Dominique Rambo. Rambo's 1,667 points over just 2.5 seasons currently ranks him second all-time in scoring at SAGU behind Doug Freer's 1,805 career points. During SAGU's last 5-game road trip, Rambo surpassed the 2,000 career point marker for his collegiate career, now totaling 2,152 points. Dominique Rambo. Our official scores today is Susan Pascal. Official scoreboard clock operator, David Hill. Shot clock operator, Derek Fortner.
And it's time for tip-off here at the Schaefer Center. All the accolades and awards have been done. Nothing left to do but to play some ball here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Number 4, Lions in the Land take that 18-2 mark, 10-1 in the SAGU Athletic Conference to the test against a Southwestern Christian team that we talked about in pregame could be dangerous from the outside tonight, Tim.
Yeah, it could be very dangerous offensively, and that's where you have to try to win it. Robert Rosime goes up against Emmanuel Adoy for the tip. Adoy,
yes. And here's a Rambo, the co-player of the year, will set things up in the first possession for the Lions. As he surveys that this to be a 2-3 defense set up by the Eagles over to Walter. Feimster drives left, pops it back out. Rambo, 14 the shot clock, plenty of time. Feimster, a long 3. Bingo! Feimster fires one home to get things started for the Lions.
That's how they do it, just passing around. Making good passes until the defense is finally forced back. They can drive it inside. The defense respect that, but Feimster can launch it from outside.
And stripped away. It's Durbeck. Lost the handle. Feimster. Walter. Another three. Looks good. It is good! Just like that, it's 6-0. Walter follows Feimster's three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Lions up 6-0.
That was just great transition offense. Finding the awareness of Walter.
And a weird pick set there from Durbeck. A little miscommunication there. Back over to Sloan.
Now there's have to reset. Shot clock down to 10.
Absolutely. They'll have to make something happen in a hurry. Here's a high pick. Sloan works his way left. Hop, skip, jump. Way over the top of everything. Walter with the rebound. Outlet to Rambo. Here come the running Lions into the paint. Rambo surveys the situation high off the glass. Shot no good. Here come the Eagles. Rambo just glides in and out of the paint just like it's just a walk in the park. It's just so smooth with the basketball.
Lions coming off a real tough game Thursday. Three-point shot, no good. They beat Oklahoma City by 3, and that was about the margin the entire game. They never got really beyond 5
Walter once
points.
more. That one too strong. Cleared out by Wagner.
The Lions are coming off a bruising road trip.
And
They
check that
did win
Turner.
4 out of 5. Had the one loss to Wayland Baptist, their first conference loss of the season. The game that they were down by 14 late in the game.
Huge three off the mark. Feimster grabs it near the three-point line.
A late rally actually tied it up.
Spots up Walter, gets underneath, slips past the defender, and lays it up and in. He got past Robert Rosen. Walter from the left side, and the Lions up 8-0.
So the Lions in that game, they trailed by 14 late, actually trimmed it down and tied the game with a minute to go before Wayland Baptist just found a way to outlast the Lions and steal that #1 ranking away from them 48 hours after they got it.
Lions showing kind of a boxing one. You got 2-on-2. Hondo, Gentry. Looks like he's spying on Turner, while the other four seem to be playing a loose four-man zone. We'll take a closer look at that as we try to identify the defense that Bostwick's beginning the game with.
Three-point shot, no good, and
Nice rebound from Feimster.
gets the rebound, tight ropes the sideline and gets rid of it.
Sliding through Walter, looking for help. Feimster spots it for three. He can nail it. And Doy almost grabbed that rebound. Now here come the Eagles. Dish off to the right side. Layup too strong, but now look what he found. A second shot attempt from Durbeck and missed it, but he's fouled.
Yeah, the ball just kind of fell into Durbeck's hands. He gets fouled going up for the second attempt. It's right place, right time kind of situation. And over 3 minutes into this one, the Eagles try to get their first points, and Durbeck does it. 8-1.
There it is again. He just
And
kind of found it again.
Yeah, Feimster had it in his hands and just kind of slipped over his shoulder.
And there's the foul right there in the release. And that second release is good. 8-2. Pretty full house here at the Schaefer Center. Tonight as the Lions are on the prowl to capture. Look at that move from Rambo. Look at the move to capture their first ever Sooner Athletic Conference title in their first season in the Sooner.
Rambo, he went for that one.
Adoy just ripped that out of the hands of Durbeck. Rambo over to Emmanuel. Quick move from Hondo. Slips the defender. Now back out to Adoy. He can hit the mid-range jumper. Instead, elects to go back over to Feimster, who likes to shoot the long-range jumper. Rambo, if he's in the gym, he's open. And there's a long shot from Rambo. Off the front edge of the rim. He has a short memory, friends. He'll do that all night long if you give it to him. Durbeck stronger to the basket, and he deserved that bucket. Went past about 3 or 4 defenders on his way to the rack.
It was just a very quick move. Found a lane and took it. Really no opposition on his way up. Durbeck has 4 points for the Eagles.
Walter. A right hand off a left-sided move. That's not how they drew it up, but he elected to stay with his strong hand. A little bit too far away for an easy layup, and he was able to negotiate that off the glass. Lions up 10-4.
Three-point shot, no good.
A brick from Rosen.
Whistle. And we'll wait for the call.
Double foul was called.
And so it's an offsetting foul. 2 fouls against players simultaneously.
Picks up his first, second team foul.
So the foul will go against Reggie Sloan for the Eagles
His first personal.
and Caleb Gentry for the Lions. So simultaneous offsetting fouls. The ball will stay with the Lions. Into the game comes Tyler Guidry, Remington Mitchell, and Daniel Mills.
We mentioned Guidry in pregame, Tim. Look to him to have a big game tonight as he showed some more strength off the bench. Guidry for 3. There it is, right on cue. Tyler Guidry strokes one in, extends the lead to 9.
He really does have the ability to be such an offensive threat. And that's why you want to see him emerge throughout this home stretch of the season as an offensive threat. Again, he really hasn't been much this season, but he can really be a true second point guard for the second line after Rambo and Gentry leave the floor.
And he plays some tough defense, too, just stifling Tyler Inman a moment ago.
Shot clock down to 5.
Tyler, or Turner, too strong off the glass.
Shot clock
Scrum for the
violation.
ball, and Durlbeck unable to, like you said, release it before the shot clock. And that's a shot clock violation, and like you said in the first game, that's a coach's favorite thing to see, a point of pride when there's a violation of the shot clock.
Yeah. Good defense. They did get a shot off, but the defense was good, and the shot sailed well far of the basket. Yeah, if you can hold your opponent for 35 seconds without playing one off the rim even, that's some stifling
Mills,
defense.
mid-range jumper, too strong.
Just stolen away. Rambo
Rondo
and Gentry.
behind the back, lost the handle, trying to either free it up for himself or spin it over to Guidry, but either way, turnover. Lions will give the ball back to the Eagles.
Into the game now for the Eagles is Austin Turner and Mark Traylor, the hero 2 nights ago with the buzzer-beating 3
He's a
against
senior from
Northwood
Oakland,
Knights.
California. Oaktown, Mark Traylor. Big 3.
And that Guidry fighting for it, and that's going to be a foul against Austin Turner, who just decided to remove Guidry from the picture entirely, trying to get that rebound.
Okay, so me and Tim, our viewers, help us out. You want to hit us on Facebook or Twitter or something? We can't figure out. I'm guessing that Tyler and Austin are twins. They're both juniors from Hobbs, New Mexico. Tim thinks maybe not so much because one's got 3 more inches than the other one. Austin Turner wears number 3, 6'5". Tyler Turner wears number 2, is 6'2".
Mills for 3. Rambo comes out of nowhere and steps on the baseline.
Oh.
Just swiped it away. Never took his eyes off the ball. And steps on the line to turn the ball back over immediately after grabbing a steal. Here goes the 13-minute mark. Lions up 13-4. Showing some really solid defense so far against a team that pretty much the only way they know how to win is to score a lot of points, knock down a lot of threes. So far, no 3-pointers for the Eagles.
Step to the line. Turner.
Yeah.
Tyler
No.
Turner.
No.
Is that what they're saying, or is it a
Foul
foul?
against Gentry.
You're going to call a foul on Turner.
No,
I'm
against
sorry, on Guidry. Gentry. I've messed that thing up 4 times. Now I'm just going to stop talking.
That's his
I'm
second,
done. Turn my mic off.
That's
It's all
his
you.
second
It's
foul,
all
and
you.
he'll hit the bench. Drew Erskine will step in.
I'm not talking this possession. You can have it.
Rambo showing some defense up against Traylor. That's the back all the way back to midcourt. And it's going to be a foul on the floor. We'll see how that comes against. And they're not going to rule that against Daniel Mills. No, against Guidry. Against Tyler Guidry.
See, there's Guidry.
So some
I was
early fouls
ahead of
for
my
the
time.
Lions. Up to 4 now in the half.
Lions in a tough man-to-man defense now. Suffocating defense. Mills. Now Erskine guards against a 3. It's a brick and a long rebound. Rambo on up ahead to Erskine. He lays it. It doesn't go in, though.
The Lions will retain possession. It goes off of the Eagles. Mills just overextended himself a little bit. I don't know if he thought for a second that he might have wings on his shoes and go for the dunk.
And everyone's going to come out but Erskine. He'll stay in the game. Feemster, Walters, Adoy, and Creer will check into the game. Andre Creer, junior from Fort Worth. He's got the ball. Where's number 24? Not a lot of scoring the last 2 minutes. Still 13-4. Been stuck there for a while. Erskine, he can shoot the 3. Back over to Feemster. Swinging to the left side. No, Erskine will take it from the right side. And a whistle.
That's going to be 3 shots. Contact after the shot against Robert Rozim. And that is 3 free ones for Drew Erskine. That's a tough one to take. Rozim from Banska Bystrica from Slovakia.
I can't even begin to think I can say that. You lived in Latvia. You had that thing nailed, man. You just earned your paycheck.
You see right here, just releasing and the late contact will get you every time. First free throw is good, and the lead is up to 10.
Sophomore from Victoria, Texas, puts the second one through. He's a transfer, played at Centenary College in Louisiana for a year before coming to play for Coach Donnie Bostwick.
He's one of those solid all-around players. So he hits all 3 free throws there. Can kind of really mimic Caleb Gentry when Caleb Gentry's not on the floor. He has a very similar playing style. Traylor just trying to find an open man. The reball's no good, and that's the Eagles' biggest weapon, and so far they have not converted any of them.
Oh, Creer, mid-range jumper. Too strong, but Walter hauls it down with his right arm alone. Feemster, pump fake, drives left, back out to Walter for 3. Off the mark, but offensive board from Creer in traffic. And tip drill is in focus. And here comes Adoy, and he comes away with it. Will reset the shot clock.
This is a Donnie Bostwick coach team. Offensive rebounds, offensive rebounds.
Adoy, turnaround jumper, too strong. This time the Eagles do come down with the rebound.
All that, no points, but it's what Bostwick loves to see. Getting extra opportunities, extra chances.
For 3, Turner, too strong. Loose board. Off the front of the rim, here comes Creer. He's got a man left, Walter, the terrible pass. Somehow it got through to Erskine. Now who wants it? It goes out of bounds. It'll keep it right here. Usually a much better decision maker, but not on that case from Walter. Threw it between 2 defenders. Somehow Erskine, as he's falling out of bounds, came up with it, but not a good pass from Walter.
Yeah, I don't think he might not even identify that the defender was there. It looked like a bounce pass straight to him, but somehow the fortune goes the Lions' way, and they come away with that ball.
Erskine over to Feemster. Wraps it around to Creer, inside to Walter, patient, pops back out to Erskine. Adoy in the low post. Ball movement's really quick. Walter, now Creer for 3, could be short. It is short. Walter with an offensive board will reset the shot clock. Erskine, he can shoot the 3. And he does! He's on target! Drew Erskine off the bench and a timeout on the floor. The Eagles want to talk it over. They're down by 15.
Yeah, and that's a big shot right there. The Lions have kind of been hanging around, not really doing a whole lot. And just like that, they burst right back onto the scene, go up by 15. Really, the problem for the Eagles is just not scoring. They're not finding ways to get to the basket, finding any ways to convert from 3-point range or inside. The biggest way for they can win is score. Well, let's go down to Tyler Evans, who's standing courtside. Tyler?
Thanks, Thanks, guys. This is Tyler Marie reporting live from the court and holding one of the beautiful rings that each player and coach was given. Now, the ring states that we were #1 in the Red Rivers Athletic Conference and that we were runners-up in the national championship. Now, on each side of the ring is an embellishment of the Get in the Wheelbarrow theme that was just in the team from beginning to end, representing perseverance and effort. Now, I know as each team member was given this ring, they were brought back to that moment at the end of the last season when they realized how far they had come and how much they had accomplished. This has been a live report from the court. Back to you, Rob and Tim.
Thanks, Tyler. Can I get me one of them rings, please? I'll take one of them.
Was that good? That was good.
It's a great honor for the players to get to take home.
Was it really good?
To take with them their entire lives.
No, yeah, it was good. It was good.
As they have earned that right to be named as champions of a conference and runners-up. Now they're out for one more win. There's only one more win that they can get, and that's the final. They have a long ways to go, though. Three-point shot, no good.
And those three-point shots, Tim, are just flat out not falling, and they live by the sword. You die by the sword if you're the Eagles. Nice move inside from Creer.
You never stopped moving. Came around the side, got the ball in stride, never broke your stride in the shot. It's hard to block a moving target, and Creer was that entirely. 17-point lead for the Lions.
Turner passes to his brother, Austin. Strong move to the basket, a finger roll, and lays it in high over the rim. That's Reggie Sloan. He's just a sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma, and it cuts the lead back to 15.
And that breaks a 13-0 run for the Lions. It was 8-4 before the Lions went on a 13-0 run, pushed 21-4. Right now, the Eagles just need to find any way they can to score.
Creer was pushed by Turner. That's the fourth foul now. 4 fouls from both ball clubs. 9 minutes in. Lions hold a commanding 21-6 lead.
Second foul on Tyler Colonel.
Doy over to Walter. Thought about the jumper. He'll take the jumper. Smooth release and bucket. Jonathan Walter, the junior, doing what he do. From Garland, the mid-range jumper is one of his most dangerous weapons. Inside pass, and I think they're going to call a foul on Creer. Slashing to the basket was Tyler Inman.
They're going to discuss this because Creer was in the restricted area, but Inman was definitely out of control. And they're going to call the foul on Jonathan Walter.
Must have grabbed him on his way in.
That's didn't think he was in the mix, but he draws the foul.
The thing about a team like this, Tim, is they may fall down by a lot, but they'll probably keep shooting threes. And if you start making them, like here's one right here, that's off. But if they start falling, you can catch up in a big hurry. Doy looked at the three behind the back. He thinks he's Rambo out there. Give it up. Go in the post. That's where you belong, Emmanuel. Do your damage in the post. Erskine works the offense, slides through a pick, over to Feimster. He'll drive to the paint, skips it over to Creer, pump fake into the lane, and a whistle and a travel called on Creer.
Creer tried to sell that pump fake a little bit too much. Full 5 change for the Lions. Remington Mitchell, Daniel Mills, Tyler Guidry, Caleb Gentry, and Dominic Rambo all back in for the Lions now. Typically we see a first line and second line, but Bostwick mixing it up right now with the 5 he has on the floor at any given time. There's TJ Neal in the corner facing down Guidry. Just a good drive in by Neal, following the pick, getting to the free throw line and draining that one easily.
Guidry, dangerous pass, looking for Mitchell. Now Mills comes up with it. He was trying to hit Rambo, cutting to the basket, but it was intercepted by TJ Noel.
And that will be turned back over to the Lions.
Rambo scoreless at this point. Nearly 13 minutes to play, but this could be his first points of the game. Now he does miss. Still no points for Rambo, but no worries. You're still up by plenty. 15-point lead. Right now, Eagles just looking for someone to step up and make a bucket. And there it is, right on cue. It's Reggie Sloan. A defensive stop, then come back with a nice bucket and cuts the lead back to 13. Here's Rambo going to work inside, and he is pushed from behind. Looks like an intentional foul.
I think that's what they're going to rule.
Say that again?
I think that's what they're going to rule. That it's actually going to be an intentional foul.
Rambo
Potentially a
grabbing
flagrant.
his left arm.
They're discussing going over to the line, and yes, it is going to be a flagrant foul.
You can't push a player from behind without going for the ball or swatting it all. They're going to call it every time. Here it is again. And watch this.
Watch
as
Rambo.
he drives to the basket.
He's moving before the ball gets there. And yeah, just that's a tough one right there. It looked like it was just a foul to prevent the shooter from getting to the basket. And
Rambo still scores.
half of that was in the selling of it, in flying out of bounds. Rambo misses the first one, though. Second is also no good. So if you're an Eagles fan, you pull up the old saying, "Ball don't lie." After probably was a pretty questionable flagrant foul there, Rambo misses both of the free throws. The Lions will retain possession, though.
Rambo in and out. Here come the Eagles, down by 13, approaching 6:30 left in the first half. High screen pick. The screener gets the three ball, no good. Guidry chased that one down in transition now, looking for help. Rolls left, sees Rambo into the paint. Little floater, no good. Here come the Eagles. It's Sloan. Set a high pick from Robert Rosem and a whistle in front of the three-point line.
Foul on Rambo for kicking.
So he's got one kick and no points, but the Lions are up 13, so no worries yet. Into the game is Adoy and Walters.
And that's the versatility of the Lions, though. When your leading scorer, your biggest threat is scoreless.
And a monster dunk from Rosem.
Rosem just drives in, practically posterizes the defender there. The Eagles not fading away yet. Just down by 11 now.
Guidry. Walter, offensive board. It's time for Rambo and Gentry to step up. Here's Gentry. He misses that one. And Rambo's on the board. Picked up the loose ball, hung around, stole it from the Eagles under the paint, and just laid it up with the left hand.
Well, I've received confirmation through Twitter that I was right all along, by the way, as Walter steals it. The Taylors are not, the Turners are not twins.
Okay, you win, I lose. Okay, quiet. We got a tweet from someone. Taylor Turner, I think. Thank you, Mr. Turner, for letting us know that I was wrong. And that Tim was right. They aren't twins.
I really thought the 3-inch height.
Okay, well, here's what got me, big guy.
And the fact that they didn't
Hobbs,
look a thing alike.
They do look alike.
Would have tipped you off.
They look alike. Okay, one got a little bit longer hair. Okay, a lot longer hair. But they're structurally, they look alike. They're brothers, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were wrong, but right now the Lions doing things pretty right. Up 25-12. Some solid play from the Eagles the past few minutes, though. Knocking down some good shots inside, getting some offensive rebounds, seeing a lot more speed on their passing, too. That really, their passing early in the game was a little bit too easy to pick off. They've been getting a lot more speed in the bounce passes. If you weren't watching the first game, you missed a dandy as the Lady Eagles trailed by 27 points with 14 minutes left. It looked like you could turn out the lights and call the party over, but they fought their way back to lose by 2.
One tip deflection from Jairo Rodriguez. That doesn't happen, and they have a shot, literally a shot to win the game. It would have been a half-court shot, but that in itself is a miracle.
Yeah, in fact, they fought back that many times to just fall by 2. And like I said, they didn't so much lose that game as the clock just ran out. If you had another 30 seconds added to that clock, I don't know if you could bet on the Lions to pull that out, because the Eagles were just finding a way. So obviously, as the Lions hold a 13-point lead here, there's still a long time to play, and the Eagles have shown some potential, and they've been completely cold from three-point range. If they can ever come alive from there, they can definitely be a threat.
The Lions showing a ferocious trap in the corner, but the Eagles able to clear and reset now with just 14 on the shot clock. Driving into the lane, high off the glass, no good is Sloan. Guidry pushes up ahead with the left hand. Stops and pops. Good. Guidry with his 5th point. Tyler Guidry off the bench, giving the Lions a spark.
What we've wanted him to be in the past.
And here's a full court trap. Full court press. Now you're going to see, if they get close to that 3-point line, you're going to see 2 guards just come after the ball handler. If they're in the passing lanes. Here's the inside pass. Stripped away from, it's either Gentry or Adoy.
Gentry knocks it loose, and Rambo's the one that comes up with it.
He likes that shot. Rolls in and out, fighting for the ball is Walter, but here come the Eagles. Rose him, gets it over to Turner. Back across midcourt is Sloan. As the crowd urges defense, they know these Eagles can fire it up from 3 and cut this lead in a hurry.
Ball just
up ahead,
loose.
Here comes Gentry. Easy does it, and he does it easy. Gentry lead back up to 17, or now up to 17. Check that. Their largest lead of the night.
And so far, the story of this game has been defense. The Lions have not been lighting it up offensively. We mentioned the biggest problem for the Eagles was their defense. How many points they allow a game. How many, they give up 87 points a game. They allow their the opponents to shoot 46% a game. So you're not about that being the big problem for them. That hasn't been their problem so far. The problem has been the Lions have just been solid on offense. Now that is a big foul. Caleb Gentry has just collected his 3rd foul of the game. First shot is no good, and so the Lions will take over.
And the other half of the story is, yes, the defense, but you've got a player in Rambo who averages 23, a player in Gentry who averages 13. That's 36 points a game. Right now they've got 4 total combined points.
And they said 3 fouls on Gentry, so he will sit out the rest of the half. He will be having to be careful the rest of the game. There's a long time to go, and he's already over halfway to fouling out. Rambo.
Long 3 from Turner.
Still no good. So still no success from 3-point range from the number 2 team in the nation, averaging 11.1 3-pointers a game. If that can get hot, this game will get tight in a hurry.
Yeah, Turner was challenging Guidry there a moment ago. Now it's going to be Durlbeck. Challenges Feimster. Durlbeck with it gets his own rebound. And look at the hustle from the Eagles as they get another possession. Reggie Sloan now nearly threw it away to Turner.
That was Tyler Inman chasing that one down.
Working on Feimster. Tipped away by Walter. Now on up ahead of Walter. He is going to get rewarded if he can finish this off, and he is hacked.
That was all ball. This is just going to be ruled Lions ball. Good defense.
That's one of those where
floor by Austin Turner.
He went flying, but I think you're right. It was literally all ball.
He left the floor going for the dunk, it looks like.
Take a look.
The replay. And that's just all ball. Might have got some hand on the way through, but only after the ball had been jarred loose. Good defense down on the back end by Austin Turner. The Lions have gone cold shooting as of late. One thing that benefits them is not any colder than the Eagles. So the Eagles have been unable to trim this lead down at all. The Lions are going through a bit of a scoring drive at the moment. Just short, but right out to Turner.
Well, they just cannot hit anything right now. Here's Rambo in transitions. hesitates and loses the ball, uncharacteristic. Looks at the three, gives it over to Feimster. He will take a three. Feimster too strong, and here come the Eagles again. Nice board from Adam Durlbeck. Turner works on Erskine, rolls right, pump fake, skips it over. Way short. His own rebound up and
they're going to
finish
count it.
Robert Rosen, they're going to count the bucket.
They're going to count it all the way through. So a very rare dunk and one.
He missed a three-point shot.
Rosen.
How often do you miss a three-point shot from the baseline, get your own rebound, and dunk it against this stingy defense?
And got the foul, too, so he'll finish off the three-point play. That was impressive by Rosen. Following it in, the lead's cut down to 14. Second foul on Rambo. So Rambo now has 2 points and 2 fouls. The two star guards who were honored just moments ago in foul trouble.
Rambo from the corner. He's cold. Doyle will try a three. He's off the mark. I think they've picked up some of the Eagles' problems beyond the arc. Now they were hitting him early on to begin the game, and now the three-point line's closed for business.
The Lions knocked down 4 in the opening moments of this one to put the lead where it is now, and they have not done a thing since. So we're going to get a jump ball here.
See, I'm learning. I almost mentioned, after they had those 3-4, I almost mentioned, hey, Tim, you smell them wings? And I didn't say anything because it was only 4, and I thought it was a long way to go. You need like 14. I'm glad I didn't say anything because now they've gone stone cold, and I'm going to go home hungry.
Well, it's just been lockdown defense for the most part from the Eagles, finding ways to keep the Stars all but scoreless. Rambo with just 2 points. This is a guy who essentially is number 6 in scoring in the NAIA per game, has just 2 points and 2 fouls. And if you're the Eagles right now, you got to be kicking yourselves because you have done such a good job on defense, a defense that is that statistically is not good. If you could have just knocked down 2 or 3 of those 3-pointers you've shot, you've got this game down. And you see the dunk earlier from Rosen.
He's got 2 dunks on the night. Gidry will check in at the next break. Creer is on Inman, and that's nice, strong move off the glass for one of the shortest players on the court, Reggie Sloan, just 5'10".
Now the Lions will hold for last shot. Shot clock is off. And they need a basket. They haven't scored what it feels like 4 or 5 minutes.
Rambo works around a pick over to Erskine. Dishes in through the paint, and he is hammered from behind. He'll go to the line. I think it's Rosen. It could have been Turner. They both got a piece of him.
So Erskine will go to the line.
It's going to be on Rosen.
He has 5 points.
From the city I can only read, but I don't even venture to say the name of. That's Tim's job.
That's what I'm here for. Pronouncing obscure Eastern European cities' names.
First one good from Erskine.
It's his 4th free throw of the game. He had 3 earlier. Trying to knock down the 5th, make this a 14-point game.
Too strong, but Creer was just right in the middle of the paint waiting for something lucky to happen. It did come right back to him, and now a whistle.
And that's just an unfortunate foul down low with just 3 seconds left. And it will be the 7th foul against the Eagles. So
Erskine,
they're in the bonus.
Creer going to the line.
Creer's going to the line. That foul was on Tyler Turner underneath. It's an unfortunate foul with the clock running out, sending Creer to the line for the 1-and-1.
Short.
It is short. They'll try to. And
oh my gosh, did that go in? If it goes, it counts. It doesn't go. We are at halftime. Your score, 30-17, but really the sub score is Rambo's got 2 and 2, as in 2 fouls, 2 points, and his front court mate Caleb Gentry's got 2 points and 3 fouls. And friends, that is a huge deal as the Eagles are just hanging around here, down by only 13. It could be a lot more than that, if not for the poor play from Gentry and Rambo. We'll get things cleared up in the second half. You know that Bostwick will make adjustments in the second half.
Yeah, there's a lot of adjustments being made right now on both sides. So we'll get the stats to you here in just a moment. And I don't think they're going to show shooting percentage that these coaches want to see. Lions up by 13 points.
The Special Olympics team from DeSoto.
Guys,
all right, we're ready to go down to Tyler Evans.
Southwestern Christian's offense averages 11 three-pointers a game. So what is our defense doing that is so effective?
We're doing a good job of locating their shooters. They've got a good system. They spread the floor and shoot a lot of threes. One thing that happens when they shoot a lot of threes is there's a lot of long rebounds. So we got to make sure we're cleaning up the boards. That way we can get out and run.
Now, even though we're in the lead, we're not making as many points as we usually do. What is the other team doing to thwart our offense?
Well, I mean, they're contesting shots, but part of it is on our end. We got to do a better job of finishing around the basket. We missed a lot of layups. We got some good looks at it. Hopefully they fall in the second half.
Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in the second half. Back to you, Rob and Tim.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Tyler.
Did you see my message?
As you see, the Special Olympics players taking the court, so we'll wait to see what kind of adjustments both teams make. If you're the Eagles, you know, you can't be too unhappy about being down just 13, knowing that your opponent's two star players in the front court are having really bad games so far.
The thing you got to focus on is just trying to make your shots fall. If you start making your shots fall, you can cut back in. Well, let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back with some first half stats and second half analysis right after this.
And welcome back to a very festive Schaefer Center here at halftime as the Lions have a 13-point lead. It could have been a lot more. Then again, looking at the stats, Tim, it could have been a lot worse. It really could have easily been perhaps a 1-point lead or even a deficit, but not for some, can I use this word, horrific, maybe uncharacteristic is a better word, shooting from the Eagles. Let's walk through the stats.
Yeah, well, the stats just, you know, they reflect what has been just kind of an ugly slugfest so far. Eagles shooting 24% on the game. Lions barely besting that, shooting 29%. Lions out-rebounding the Eagles 29-3. They have a 5-1 advantage on assists and a 7-3 advantage on steals. Turnovers, +2 in favor of the Lions, but that's the big stat right there. Southwestern Christian, 0 for 12 three-point shooting. Also a big stat, the Lions 12 offensive rebounds in the first half. So any deficit you see right there is because of just uncharacteristically poor three-point shooting from the Eagles, and then obviously the steady drumbeat of the Lions' offensive rebound.
If the Eagles just managed to hit what their average was, just under 30%, we believe, that would have been 4 of 12 from three-point line. That gives you 12 points, and you're down by 1.
Yeah.
So there's your ball game. So what the point is this, is these Eagles, we said in pregame, they will shoot. They will not stop shooting. And if they do get on a roll and Rambo and Gentry continue to struggle, which we hope not if you're a Lions fan, this game could be really interesting and coming down to the wire.
It can get very interesting in a hurry. Looking at your leading scorer, it's Jonathan Walters with 9 points for the Lions. That's all. Drew Erskine comes in with 7. For the Eagles, Reggie Sloan leads the way with 6 points. So no one in double figures scoring. Obviously not a surprise when, with that shooting half, I think these teams are just content to be in double figures, period. It was a very, again, credit some good defense, especially on the Eagles side. This is a team that is not known for their defense. It's a team that's known for having a poor defense. Instead, they have found a way to completely shut down Dominique Rambo, who has only 2 points in the first half. Caleb Gentry has just 2 points. They have combined 5 fouls and 4 points.
It's crazy.
That's how
crazy.
you hang in a game. So if you're the Eagles, it just comes down to hitting your shots. Not even a whole lot of your shots, just any of your shots.
Listen,
when
you've never been so happy to be down 13 points at halftime in your life if you're the Eagles or you're on the coaching staff.
Here we go.
Quinn Woodridge in his second year. We'll see what kind of adjustments he makes to try to cut into this deficit. And the second half is underway.
And just make it a running tally. That's 0 for 13 and a turnover by the Eagles.
Bench scoring, Southwestern Christian just 2 points off the bench. Lions did have 14 off the bench. Their largest lead, 17, presently 13. Rambo into Walter, the high post, slides right, looking for help, back over to Gentry. Has just 2 points. Where's number 2? Now Walter's got 9, looking for number 10, 11. He's got it. Nice, strong move up the left hand. Lions up 15. Robert Rosen had a good first half. If you call it a 5 points a good half, he had some really exciting baskets, some dunks, and some great inspired play defensively. There's Durlbeck, no good. And Walter, he's been the player of the game so far for Coach Bostwick. Defensively, offensively, Feimster spots up Walter for 3. Rolls in and out. Here come the Eagles. As the crowd begins to surge defense, Turner passes it out to Durlbeck, and he is tripped up near the lane, and they're going to whistle. I think they're going to call that on
It's
Adoy. Emmanuel Adoy whistled for the foul. That'll send Durlbeck to the line. He's the junior from the Czech Republic. I can pronounce this. Prague.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
To the line. First free throw is good. So the first points for the
Adoy
Eagles.
stepped in. He kind of just pushed his body into the driving Durlbeck.
Was almost set there, just didn't quite have the feet completely locked in place yet. Leads down to 13 again. And Rambo, one of the best scorers in the nation.
Tonight it's been Walter. He goes up strong, tipped away. Feimster tracks it down. Fresh. Well, actually, they're going to keep the shot clock going. Now down to 15. Inside pass to Adoy, skip pass over to Rambo. Long 3, Rainbow 3, no good. Emmanuel Adoy strips it away. Rambo into the paint, high up the glass. That vertical leap he's got works his advantage as he just soars over 2 defenders.
And the moment Adoy had that rebound and cleared out the entire right section there, it was over. Rambo got the pass, had plenty of space to work with, plenty of room just to drive straight to the basket. Long pass, almost turned over.
Could be a backcourt violation. It will be. Just that. Lions get the ball back. 34-19, 15-point lead. Their largest lead's been 17. But tonight, no lead feels safe here in the Schaefer Center.
Not after a 27-point lead became a narrow, skin-of-your-teeth 2-point win.
Keep in mind, we mentioned this a few weeks ago, as the Lions were, as a foul on Rambo, or on the Rambo go to the line as he was fouled against, that this team, the Lions, have spent a large amount of the season in the top 5. Number 2 for many weeks, number 1, like you said, for just a couple days, now number 4. That target's still pretty big. And these teams come in here and they want a piece of the Lions. So they're probably going to get the best game of the season, or sometimes if a team's up to snuff, maybe just a blowout. But right now, the Eagles playing inspired play, just hanging around, could be a lot worse here at the Schaefer Center, as this is the last place team in the Sooner, but again, playing like a typical Sooner team should play, and that's just tough-minded, don't quit, see what happens.
Ball's tipped away and just saved by the Eagles. And not afraid to play ugly either. That's the way the Sooner plays. You scrap for it, you get steals, and you try to overcome bad shooting. It's been too bad to overcome so far.
Walter up ahead to Rambo.
And Walter pretty much kind of didn't really lay a screen, but just got in the way of the defenders to make sure no one was going to catch up with Rambo. So after 2 points in the first half, Rambo drops a quick 6 in the first 3 minutes. And Adoy is going to get whistled.
Hand check.
That's his second foul of the half, second foul of the game. Second Lions foul of the half.
His second team foul.
The Lions are, at the moment, doubling up the Eagles, 38-19. And for Southwestern Christian, it's got to get frustrating at some point that you're 0 for 13 shooting. It just really starts to kind of get in your head, you know, whether that scares you away from the shot or just is in your head when you're taking the shot. When you have that big of a drought, every guy knows when he goes up to shoot, it's in his head that he's trying to break a drought. He's not just trying to make a three-pointer, he's trying to break a drought. And that can really get in your head and just keep it going. You need somebody to find a way to break out of it.
Big long 3 attempt. And now 0 for 14. What's the count? You're keeping track of that.
14.
Walter to Gentry. Back to Rambo. His backcourt make. High Archer. Too strong off the back rim. And it's Tyler Turner with the rebound. The shorter of the two Turner brothers. Now, quick pass over. Now some nice nifty passing. Drive into the basket. Walter's going to get called for a blocking foul. It looked like he may have been set, but well, these rules are tight nowadays in the NAIA, and Walter will pick up the foul.
And Inman will go to the line.
It's his first foul. It's his second foul.
And Inman will go to the
third foul. Check that, Tim. That's his third foul now.
Yeah, third foul. So the Lions are in some foul trouble. Inman completes the three-point play. So Walter has 3, Gentry has 3, Rambo has 2. And if you're Southwestern Christian, in short order, get these lines in foul trouble and start hitting some three-pointers.
That's right. That's exactly the recipe. You got it, Tim.
Foul on Walter.
Instead, it'll be Walter who'll go to the line. And I think Bostwick wants to take Walter out of the game, but he's going to go to the line first. So it's one of these deals where if Walter misses the second, if he gets a second, he's going to get some more playing time. His free throw is good.
Into the game comes.
Doyle will sit down. Feimster will take a seat.
As Guidry and Mitchell step into the game.
And you're seeing there, yeah, Mills is being instructed to come in for Walter if the free throw's made. And it is. Walter, take a seat. Walter's got 12.
13.
Now 13.
13 points, which usually wouldn't be the top score on the scoreboard, but in this game, the Lions show some full court pressure.
Zipping in and out of the lane is Sloan. Lions show man-to-man. Guidry out on Turner. High screen pick from Durlbeck. Skips it over to Rosen. Back to Durlbeck from 3. Another terrible looking shot. Now 0 for 15. And now the crowd begins to chant the familiar 2-syllable insult. Airball. Eagles struggling from where they normally thrive, Tim. Inside pass to Mitchell, back out to Gentry, works his way right, back left, keeps the dribble, now skips it over to Adoy, and he is mugged by Turner.
Foul will take place on the floor. And yeah, if you're the Eagles, and you have a pretty decent offensive team, averaging 79 points a game, you're looking at 22 right now. 5 minutes into the second half. That might hurt your average. Gentry.
Skip pass over to Gentry. Too flat.
And the Lions, who again we mentioned, they opened the game up with 3 quick three-pointers and tacked another one on a few minutes later. They've been completely ice cold from three-point range since then. Not shooting, well, shooting, you know, better obviously than 0 for 15, but not shooting all that better over the last 15, 20 minutes.
You know, this reminds me of me when I practice versus when I play. I make all my shots when I'm practicing. When the game starts, I'm like 0 for 15 from three-point land. So
people are defending
I'm really relating right now to these Eagles.
It's because people are defending you, Rob. All right, here comes Guidry. Inside to Adoy.
Guidry, the lefty.
Rolls in and out.
Boy, that one looked like it was going down, Tim, and just a lid on that sucker right now. Now here come the Eagles, a strong move and one, the hoop and the harm. It'll be Adam Durlbeck going to the stripe to complete a three-point play the old-fashioned way. The transfer from Richland College.
They've They've done a good job of finishing those off. This will be their third attempt at a three-point play in the game. Actually, pardon me, that will be the fourth attempt at a three-point play. So they're doing a good job of initiating the contact and laying the ball in.
Creer will check in for the Lions. For Adoy, and Erskine will give Gentry a rest. There's a strong move again. Hesitate, held the ball up in the air, drew the contact. I like that play because you go strong to the basket, but then you release soft off the glass. That takes a real skill to do that. It's so easy just to pounce that ball off the glass and it rolls off the rim. 40-26, leads 14. Into the paint, nice strong move from Mills, and he gets it to go. Daniel Mills, a freshman from Belton, Texas, gives the Lions a lift.
And his first points of the game. Drive inside from Turner, off the glass, no good.
Mills again with the glass.
And a foul.
Guidry on the move was fouled. You see Guidry telling Mills, great job on the glass.
And that's going to be the third foul against Tyler Turner. So a little bit of foul trouble coming the Eagles' way now.
Tyler Turner averages 15 points. He's got 0 tonight, none, shutout. So what we're doing to Turner, they're doing to Rambo, essentially.
Well, Rambo
now he's picked up a few, but in recent,
picked up a few, but not for a guy who lives in the 20s and 30s, it seems. Hasn't been able to break into double figures yet.
Erskine won to shoot that. Creer will shoot that for 3. Tried to grab his own rebound. Now spinning around, and Mills going to get whistled for the blocking foul in the backcourt.
Yeah, just got tangled up with Robert Sloan. And that'll be, I believe, the 6th foul on the Lions for the half. No, just the 5th. Second on Daniel Mills.
Nearing the 13-minute mark remaining in this ball game. There's Turner. Been shut out so far. Spinning to the baseline, skip pass over, now into the paint, a strong move, dish. Nice pass, credit Adam Durbeck for freeing up his teammate on the block.
Chris Harder lays it in. Back to 14 points. Eagles just staying right outside that periphery of striking distance.
And that striking distance can be easily matched with a couple quick threes. That's why you and I are being very quiet about saying this one's in the can, because it's not even close. Not even close. This is definitely a ball game that's going to probably end up being tighter as we go down the stretch.
You feel like the first guy knocked down a 3 is just going to open the floodgates for the Eagles. A little hand check here coming against Creer.
And it is definitely going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players off the bench for Bostwick. He's seen enough. Wants a little transition, a little different look, and a timeout. Well, no, I checked no timeout. It looked like a timeout with 5 players coming on the floor, but
Feimster, Walter, Doy, Rambo, and Gentry back in the game. The original starting 5 for the night.
5. There you go. Turner, long 3, 0 for 16 by my last count. Gentry got Walter in the paint. Nice inside pass, a no-look pass to Adoy. And he was tripping. He was making his way to the basket.
Foul comes against Mark Traylor. First foul against Traylor, the Eagle hero Thursday night. Oh, Walter!
How about that move? How about that?
Little bit of street ball there, bouncing it off the back of Durlbeck and laying it in. You always hate to be the guy that has it happen to you.
Happens to me all the time.
Durlbeck fakes the pass and drives inside. Looked like he was going to pass it off to Rosem, and then just found a separation and drove in. Good awareness by Durlbeck. He has 10 points. Make him the leading scorer for the Eagles.
Feimster. Pump it, gets over to Gentry. Gentry just 2 points. more fouls than points, like you said. He's got 3 fouls. Walter, long 3, too strong. Gentry tried to track it down, but he throws it right into the hands of Traylor, who tries to track down Turner in the left corner, but overthrew him. Turnover, Eagles give it back to the Lions. Slop play on both ends.
You see the replay there with Walter just identifying that Durbeck wasn't even looking his way. And it was just that easy. Lions lead by 14. They're led by 13 at the half, so not much has changed in the first 9 minutes. Rambo,
he may want to take another one. He's going to go all the way. And he just cannot find the basket hardly at all. It's still stuck on 8 points. He usually has about 20 by this time.
3-pointer, no good.
17. Feimster in transition, nearly lost the ball. Over to Adoy, the top of the key. Rambo shakes, bakes, near the free throw line, spins back to Feimster, will reset. Gentry now works the left side. He'll take it himself. He's got it!
And for Gentry, those are his first points since, I believe, the first minute of the game. And breaks a big 3-pointer drought for the Lions. Puts them on top by 17. Knocked out by Gentry. And that's kind of the spark the Lions needed, because, as you said, the Eagles are just within that striking distance. A 5-0, 6-0 run. All of a sudden, this is very interesting. So the Lions need to create some distance while they can, so this thing doesn't get too exciting over the last 3 or 4 minutes.
And a man-to-man defense work as Rambo strips it, and he lays it easy off the glass. Rambo now with 10 in double figures.
Weaving the whole way down after the steal. Looked like Traylor just didn't even know where he was exactly.
Rambo tried to steal it again. Turner finally on the board, and a Bronx cheer from the Lions. The Lions cheer the Eagles shooter. They're finally on the board. 1 for, we think, 17.
And like we said, that's what they needed. They needed somebody to just break the drought. And it was finally Tyler Turner who did it, getting open and knocking down a 3.
I've never seen a team cheer for another team's 3-point shot.
I think there might have been some sarcasm.
It was a little sarcastic cheer there
from the crowd, but at the moment it has broken. But I believe it's actually a 1 for 18 drought to start, or no, for 17. So it's now 1 for 18. They'll have some work ahead of them if they want to match their average of 11.
Adoy, he'll shoot the 3. Now suddenly, they're falling. Emmanuel Adoy, the big man, steps up and delivers his own 3-ball.
Noel just spins around the defender. Shot won't go, though.
Rambo to Gentry. Spins back and
Yep.
carried.
Carried the ball. You run that risk every time you pull that spin, where you're going to grasp that ball when you turn it around. It was just too low on the hemisphere of the ball there.
Ooh, big word.
So now down the floor comes Sloan.
I got to come up with a smart word now, and you put the pressure on me. I'm going to think for a minute.
3-pointer, and that's off by
now
quite
the
a
crowd's
ways.
going to let him have it. Rambo surveys the left side of the court, looking for Walter, and a bad pass. But Rambo steals it right back. He's got 2 men. Oh, he was trying to do a little behind the pass back to Walter for a little Dunkarooski, and Walter is saying, my bad, I wasn't ready for your...
Rambo also picked up a charge there. So
yes, he did.
Pick your poison there.
That's 3 on Rambo.
The behind-the-back ball sailing into the locker room, or the charge that he allowed the defender to draw. That's his 3rd foul, and if you can put it down to the books as 2 turnovers, that's one of them.
Gentry looking for Feimster in the corner, didn't give it to him. Now he works his way right. Now does finally get the Feimster, but a whistle as he was passing the ball underneath the baseline.
Rosen kicked it out. Ball bounced off his foot and landed out of bounds.
26 on the shot clock. 19-point lead. Walter tipped away, taken away by the Eagles. Noel Feimster with the block. What?
Charge. Feimster. No,
No,
it's a block.
It's a blocking foul.
It is a block. First thought it was a charge, and Feimster draws the foul. So again, the Eagles have a shot at a three-point play. They've done what they failed to do from the three-point line. They've picked up with three-point plays. That's Feimster's first. It's the 8th on the Lions.
Noel's just a freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma, 6-foot guard. And he just took it right to Feimster, laid it off the glass, looking to complete a three-point play, and he misses the free throw. Those points begin to really count now and mean something. At this point, if you're the Eagles, you're down by 17. Those free throws really matter.
Well, at this point, you got to make a run fast. Your clock's down to 8 minutes. You're down by 17. If you want to make a move, you better make it in the next
Rambo
two.
for three, the Rainbow.
And the foul's going to come
call
against
Gentry on that one.
That's going to be his 4th. Getting a little bit too aggressive. Coming in from behind, trying to track the player in. It's the 9th foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1. Gidry will step into the game for Rambo, and Erskine will step in for Gentry. As you said, has 4 fouls. Also in the game is Remington Mitchell for Emmanuel Adoy. To the line goes Reggie Sloan. Sloan with 8 points on the night. Trying to get this down to a 15-point game, and like I said, if you're the Eagles, this is where you want to be. You have a chance to score points with the clock not moving. Trying to get back in this. Now it is a 1-and-1. First one is good.
Just 2 starters, Tim, in the ball game right now. Walter and Feimster.
See the replay here, and yeah, it's just Gentry.
Yeah.
As soon as Sloan pulled up, Gentry said, "I'm going to go for the steal." And those are fouls that you just got to live with Gentry, because that's the way he plays. He is going to go for the steal every time he thinks he has the opportunity. And I would imagine you probably exchange 3 steals for 1 foul, and that is really an exchange that the Lions can live with. That's a solid ratio. So the lead is back down to 15 now. 7:40 remaining.
Over to Feimster. Feimster's just got 3 points on the day. Walter, he's had the hot hand for the baseline. Good. Jonathan Walter delivers for the Lions.
Feimster doesn't just have 3 points in the game. He had the first 3 points of the game, knocking down a 3-pointer on the first possession of the ball game. He's been able to score since then.
He's a much better shooter than that. But look at Walter. He's all over the place, crashing the boards, hitting jump shots. He may want to take another one. He gives it up to Erskine. And fouled over the back. They're going to call that on Durlbeck on trying to guard Mitchell.
SC foul number 13.
Mitchell, a freshman just up the road from Mansfield, Texas. Walter will inbound the ball with just over 7 minutes left in this ball game. Still plenty of time if you're the Eagles to make a run, but you better do it pretty soon. Feimster from way downtown. Feimster on fire, finally. The first basket and now the last basket. He's got 6. They're only about, what, 24 minutes apart?
Try 34.
34.
And just stolen away by Mitchell. Lions have numbers, but they'll pull up and drop the play.
For 3, Walter, it's good! Jonathan Walter is the man. He's got 20.
He has definitely filled in where Rambo and Gentry couldn't tonight. Walter has stepped up as the main scorer for the Lions, the junior. 3-pointer, no good. And still very limited success for the Eagles. They got the one.
Mitchell missed the dunk.
Mitchell went up for the dunk and left the ball behind.
Walter gave up a jumper.
Another.
I think they're going to call that good.
They're going to call that good and one.
Boy.
The foul occurred about 6 feet away, and he was able to get away with the extra step and the dunk.
Rosen has some hops. 6'6" freshman. Again, look at this.
The contact from behind.
In your face.
Dunks it. Yeah, Rosen had a few highlight dunks tonight.
Not sure where the air ball face is coming from. Rosen,
just 7 points, though. 8 now.
Yeah.
So I want to say all of his field goals have been dunks. To my recollection, every single one of them. He might have had some free throws in there. Obviously, he had one there. I think he had one earlier.
Mitchell over to Feimster. Backs in Turner. Nearly threw it away to Walter. Walter picks it up. Back to Guidry. 14 on the shot clock. For three. Long rebound to Rosen. He's been effective on the glass as well. Here come the Eagles. Slide and glide and a whistle. They're going to call that on Mitchell. It's going to send the Eagles back to the line. It'll be Sloan, the sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
10th foul on the Lions, so it's double bonus from here on out.
And here comes, you're going to see Gentry come back in the game. He's got 4 fouls, right? We've got Rambo, I think, with 3 fouls. And you're going to see there's Adoy and Creer and Mills will all check in. So another, you know, typical wholesale exchange from Coach Bostwick, looking for a fresh look, fresh legs.
Well, again, with 5.5 minutes left, I feel like this is more of just a get the fresh look out there, get the fresh legs. At this point, up by 20, you'd imagine that if the Lions just play their way, they've got this game pretty much under control, but you need fresh legs out there to make sure of that. You need fresh legs making good passes without, you know, bad turnovers, without getting beat down the court easily. So yeah, those 5 will step in. Score now 60-41. Sloan now with 11 points on the night. Trying to make it 12.
Adoy.
Yeah, Adoy
helping out a little bit.
Mops up where
the old mop job. Servant's heart.
Next Saturday when they play Texas Wesleyan. Next Saturday afternoon.
All right, we're set. It'll be Sloan at the line. Lions have committed 10 fouls. The Eagles are in the double bonus. 1 more, and the Lions will be shooting 1-on-1. Eagles have committed 6 fouls. Now here's Rambo. He's facing a man-to-man defense. Works around a screen. Pumps left, rolls right, runs right through the baseline, back over. It's Adoy. Spots up. Sloan's got it. Adoy with his second 3 of the night, right over Sloan.
And that's just impressive. Adoy pulled it down, thought about it, didn't seem to back off of it, and then went right back for it. He has 6 points, both of them 3-point range. 3-point shot.
Way off the mark.
And the stats, while they finally got the 1 to go, I believe they're shooting less than 5% from 3-point range still. Coach Wooldridge will not be happy with that one.
Someone's running laps on Monday morning.
Yeah, when practice comes back on Monday, they're going to
run them laps.
That's going to be the first thing they look at, is how did we miss so many 3-pointers when we average 11 a game.
Mills will try 3. Creer almost tipped it in, Tim.
Ball bounces loose, but
wow.
Eagles retain possession.
And the crowd just giving Turner all kinds of business. Zollinger over to Sloan, or to Rosen. He misses. And it'll be Rambo trying to just ease this team to a win. Inside, nice pass to Mills from Creer. Saw Mills flashing through on the other side of the paint. I love action, movement on offense. People always moving, cutting through screens, hitting the block, flashing through. It makes the game so easy when you see your teammates in motion through the paint.
First shot is good. Yeah, you see right there. Great job of pulling the defender out off of the fake, pump fake right there. And the Lions fans will hope for 5 more 3-pointers in the next 4 minutes. It'll be hard to do, but one more reason for everybody to stick around here is see the Lions taking control of this one. Less than 4 minutes to play. Lions up by 23. Not the game we were expecting.
Not at all.
Long three-pointer and a foul from beyond the arc. So Turner
Caleb Gentry has fouled out of the game, if that's on him. He did. Fouled out, 5 points, 5 fouls. And Caleb Gentry will take a seat on the bench. Not his best game of the year by a long shot. Maybe his worst game of the year.
I don't think anyone's going to look back on this except for maybe Jonathan Walter. Jonathan Walter stepped up in a big way in this one. You see right here, just a little bit of poke there.
I don't see any contact there.
I don't think there was he looked upset going to the bench, and you can see why there. I don't think so much as a hair follicle grazed anything there, but it does send Turner to the line for 3. But this is not the game we expected at all. With looking at Southwestern Christian, the only way they can really hang into a game is score a lot of points, and they give up so many points. You probably imagine the Lions might win this one more in the vein of 94-82 or something. You did not see the Eagles struggling to even hit 50, and the Lions being content with just another 70-point ball game.
Rambo to Creer for 3. Bingo! Andre Creer! The junior transfer from Angelina College gets the crowd back active in the game. Showing his range. And now on the other end, a bucket and 1. Who else? All night it's been Adam Durlbeck or Rosem, and this time it's Durlbeck.
Like I said, that is something that they have been solid at all evening long.
The 2 Europeans representing Tim Roberts.
Oh, the Czech and the Slovakian. So, I mean,
you're a happy man.
The neighbors right there. But, yeah, they have been finding ways of getting the bucket and the foul all night, powering through this Lions defense. And they fouled out Caleb Gentry. And if this was a closer game, that would be huge in the final 3 minutes. As it is, it probably won't matter much.
Luke Eubank, number 15, has checked into the game for Coach Bostwick. 6'8" freshman out of Red Oak High School, just about 6-7 miles up the road. He's got a good stroke. I watched him in some shoot-arounds and when he's practicing in the practice gym. He's got a good shot for a big man. You'll see a lot more of Luke Eubank in the years ahead. He's a good young player. Smart player. It's Mills at the line, though. Looking for point number 6. He's got it. 3 minutes left. Turner has not got along well with the fans today. Here's a long three-pointer. It's good. Number 22 drains it. Tyler Inman. I think it's just a second three-pointer.
Just a second of the game for the Eagles. Erskine will think about it over the Creer.
Creer once more. Airballs it. 4 away from wings with 2.5 minutes. Probably not going to happen, but the crowd can wish. And now Turner, a nice move baseline as he was sliding out of bounds.
He had 7 points after having 0, I believe, the first 30 minutes of the game. So he's found a way to start getting some buckets. He had the first three-pointer. If you talk about might open the floodgates, as it turned out, it was just a drop in the water.
Erskine for 3, may have this one. He's got it. It looked good coming off. It's good. Drew Erskine now. Hold your hats, folks. Oh, I better not do it. Better get my hopes up. There's 3 threes away, and I'm going to go to B-dubs tonight.
And President Bridges is the one flipping over the letters. I guess that's an honor you get as the president of the university, is you get to flip the letters.
And now, what do you do? Okay, I'm going to put you in position now. Usually I ask you, what do you do if you're a coach? What do you do if you're a player and you're not a starter? You're a Creer, you're Eubanks,
Hold on for just a second there as Hayden Wagner, Chris Potter, and
here's more.
Connor Albiston will step into the game.
This begs my point. What do you do if you're these guys now
for the Eagles,
and you got fans say hit the threes?
And for the Lions, into the game will come Adam Martinez, Clayton O'Neill, Chase Davis, Reed Bruner, and Luke Eubank.
The Wings team. John Cookman, our executive producer, has just named these the Wings team. Last year, Clayton O'Neill did it for us. He clinched one. Let's see if these guys can do it tonight. Bruner can shoot. Martinez can shoot. We know O'Neill can shoot the three.
You see just the foul underneath there, which sent Eubank to the line.
Minute 49 left. New drama, friends. New drama. Stay tuned here in the SAGU Sports Network. Lions have the win secured, 75-51, but now will Wings be secured? Can we count that one?
Good.
Can we count theirs?
Hayden Wagner stepping into the game off the bench after a cold shooting night for the Eagles. Drains one easily. Martinez almost turns it over. Bruner trapped in the corner.
The Eubank cutting Martinez. O'Neill too strong off the glass. Eubank was looking for a, looked like Bruner. He was slipping back out of the paint. Eubank thought he was cutting into the block, so they tell each other my bad or whatever, and on we play with a minute 15 remaining. With subs from both teams now getting some playing time. O'Neill with the scrum comes away with it. Now Bruner trying to get past Garrett Zollinger. The ball went out of bounds. Chase Davis will inbound. O'Neill gives it back to Davis. To Martinez, over to Eubanks for three. They're the Wings team. Martinez. Oh!
And the crowd desperately wanting it with 48 seconds left. Well, to be content with probably just another win for the Lions. Into the game now will come Ben Starks. He'll come in for Clayton O'Neill. The Lions will move on the season to 19-2 overall, 11-1 in the Sooner Athletic Conference.
Maintain at least a 2-game lead over Mid-America Christian. And should they lose tonight, of course, it'll jump up to a 3-game lead with just 8 games remaining in conference play.
Number 45, Clayton O'Neill.
O'Neill check into the game for Eubanks. And a turnover on up ahead, the Eagles. Eagles with an easy transition basket. 18 seconds remaining. O'Neill over to Martinez. For Davis for three. Off the glass. Davis shrugs his shoulders as he struts back on defense. And now we're just too short, but we're out of time as time expires. And the Lions, as you said, have improved to now 19-2 on the season with a 78-56 win. Wasn't pretty, a little sloppy, but we'll take it either way.
You have to win those sometimes. Those are the kinds of games that you're going to play in a very long conference schedule. Lions have played their fair share of them. They find a way again just to outlast a team that probably put in their best defensive effort that you're going to see from a team that usually gives up upwards of 87 points a game. So the Lions especially suffocate them on defense. They find a way to shut down their three-point shooting entirely and walk away with an 18-point win.
Okay, so we got 1 loss in the conference, 2 losses overall, but one thing we're still perfect at, and that is at the Schaefer Center. 10-0 this season, undefeated at home.
Finding a way to win those games at home. Wasn't necessarily an unassailable fortress last year. They lost a couple, but they have found a way to keep on winning here, and they will preserve a 2-game lead in the conference. So let's go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have final thoughts and look ahead to next week's games right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Schaefer Center. The Lions win another one, stay perfect at home, a 76-58 win here at the Schaefer Center tonight. And Tim, you know, it wasn't like we thought it was going to be in pregame. In fact, neither game tonight was what we thought it was going to be. But just talk about how these Lions continue to find a way to win, even when their top two players, all truth be told, had terrible games.
Yeah, compared to what we expect from them, they did not have solid games at all, Rambo and Gentry. But it's that next man up mentality. It's just the strong guy who's going to step in. And tonight it was Jonathan Walter coming up with a lot of big points, really kind of leading this team through. It was otherwise a very tough night on defense. The Lions were just stellar, holding the Eagles to just 2 3-pointers overall, a team that averages 11. So the Lions will move to a 11-1 in the conference. Last we heard, Mid-America was leading by 14 in the closing moments against Texas Wesleyan. So they'll improve to 9-3. The Lions will maintain just a 2-game lead over Mid-America. Well, on Thursday, the Lions will travel to play University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. Women play at 6, men play at 8. Stay tuned to all our social networking for updates from that game. Then we're back next Saturday as the Lions take on the Texas Wesleyan Rams, an old school rival in here next Saturday. That'll be a fun one. Women tip off at 3, men at 5. Then on February 13, Oklahoma Baptist comes in before a big date on February 15th between the second-place team, Mid-America Christian, 3-5 there. And then on February 18th, Northwood comes to play the Lions. So we'll be right back here next Saturday, 3-5. And as always, you got to stay connected as these two teams attempt to make tournament runs. The Lions, number 4 in the nation. Stay connected with our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Facebook's where you get all the latest news, updates, videos, highlights, graphics. Twitter's where you get the latest score updates when they're on the road and when they're at home if you can't tune in to SAGU Sports Live for whatever reason. Instagram will give you great behind-the-scenes photos of games as well as the broadcast itself. And YouTube is where we archive all the old highlights. Obviously, we always try to have highlights from the most recent game up within 48 hours, generally, of the most previous game. So be sure and like us and follow us.
Absolutely. After this game coming up against Science and Arts, there's only 2 more games, Tim, that we won't be bringing our viewers. That is the Mid-America game that's on the road, and then down March 1st at John Brown. Every other game, friends, is at home, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the SAGU Sports Network. That Mid-America game back on the 4th of January was really close. A good game. Remember, that game was 82-77. It went down to about the final 90 seconds, final minute, before the Lions were able to put them away. This is a very good ball club, and if they end up winning and we keep winning, and if they beat us on their home court, they'll be within 1 game of the conference lead.
I remember after that game, Mid-America wasn't exactly receiving a whole lot of accolades yet. They definitely weren't picked to win the conference or even be towards the top. Remember after that game saying, I feel like we just saw the team that can challenge the Lions. I feel like this is the second best team in the conference.
You did say that.
As of this moment,
you were right
behind us. And that game is going to be huge. The Lions have 2 between now and then. And we'll be back next Saturday to bring you a big showdown with the Rams. Women at 3, men at 5. But for now, the Lions doubleheader win tonight. Lady Lions hold on for a thriller after it looked like they were going to run away with it. They hold on for a thriller, while the men, they just go ahead early and pretty much stay there the whole game.
On a night when we dropped 2 banners, the NAIA Division I Men's Basketball Runner-Up Championship, as well as the Red River Athletic Championship. It's been a good night at the Lions Center at the Schaefer Center. We'll say goodbye here from the SAGU Sports Network. On behalf of our executive producer, John Cookman, my partner, Tim Roberts, our sideline reporter, Tyler Evans, our amazing student crew, this is Rob Price saying thanks for watching this edition of the SAGU Sports Network. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.
Like VJs, trying to say my name is Minio. Say it with me, Minio. Okay, great, 2 forks high, raise stakes, risk it all, I take the hate. This the winning team, get the Gatorade. My guy good, but he's not safe, nah. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. simply remind me of blown it. You don't see when I'm growing, you don't see where I'm going. You only see in the moment, you know my mistakes, you never let go it. Don't cease to amaze me, and it drive me crazy. Did you catch every detail that I missed in the songs I'm making? Saying you will never write a verse like Kendrick, never be the rapper I got from Hendrix. Top 10 alive, you will never be mentioned. Why aim so high, won't survive the trenches? Plus, you a Christian, Andy, they will never listen, Andy. Plus, we a pigment, Andy. You don't got skill, you a gimmick, Andy. Well, if I listen to you and everything you put in my ear, I'll be living like woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'll be paralyzed by fear. Ain't that the truth? If I quit, the only way I lose. I got two choices when I do this: make moves or make excuses. If you know who I'm talking about, then you got me. My biggest enemy is me, and even I can't stop me. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and he on my side. That's the confidence I got, cause he got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. I'm my biggest problem. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. You can't stop me. If I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop.